Hello everybody and welcome to another video. I am so very excited today because I just got a delivery of my TN cover that I ordered that's going to be my long-term, fingers crossed, ride or die notebook cover for my notebooks and planner for the foreseeable future. You've heard me allude to in a couple of videos, I had purchased this Naya Paperie cover, the suede on the outside with the gold embossed dragon on the outside and the velvet cotton on the inside. It's been serving me well. I don't love it. There's a couple of issues with it. One, the gold embossing on the dragon, as you can see, has definitely come off even with a leather protector, and that's just not great because that was obviously something extra that you pay for as a customization. And I don't love the pen loops on these cover. They're not elasticated. So my bigger pens that I would like to use, like my chunky little uniballs, don't really fit in the pen loops very well. I just didn't account for that. But also in getting this suede leather, and this is again on me, is the suede is not really soft. It's more rough and it picks up a lot of like dirt and lint and stuff like that. So it doesn't really look that great day to day. It gets dirty really, really easily. And I can kind of clean it off, you know, with a wet cloth and let it dry, but that's also not great for suede. And I should have followed up on the texture of the suede before purchasing. But also I just kind of had some not so fantastic just service, I guess, from her. And I will, you know, come around and say she has since offered me a coupon code on another custom to do free embossing. But prior to that happening, there was several unread emails on the shipping of my notebook because the shipping was delayed a little bit because the clasp that she had originally put on there was incorrect in the email for the initial approval. She was like, oh, I'll get it sent out on this day. And then I didn't get a shipping notification, and sent several follow-up emails, several meaning, I think it was 3 or 4, no more than 4 on the shipping, and then it shipped, but I still hadn't heard back. And then when I started having issues with the embossing, I sent several emails just showing her like, hey, this is what's happening to this, and kind of showing the update and the progression of the embossing from point A to point B as it faded, and was sharing the embossing situation because if somebody else ordered the suede and got the foiled embossing, I didn't want it to be an issue for somebody else, and just sharing the feedback. And then I had sent, after 3 unanswered emails, I sent a DM to her on Instagram saying that, hey, I've been trying to communicate, haven't got anything back, sat on read, sent another message that sat on read, and then sent a third message, and was just like, I think it was a third message. Let me just confirm that so I'm not, talking stupid. And just finally then I got the reply saying, I'm so sorry for not getting back to you sooner. I'll get back to you tonight. And that's when I got the email about the offer for a new custom. And I said, I really appreciate it. And at the time I was thinking, okay, maybe this might be a good idea. I said, sounds good. Feel free to send me the coupon code. And no coupon code came through. And then I did get another email today saying, thank you so much. It was really a pleasure. Let me know everything about the custom. And so I appreciate the continued follow-up on her end from that point. I've previously never had any issues with her shop. I've been a customer for a long time. So before I had ordered the Naya Paperie, I was actually toying with the idea of ordering a custom VDS, which, didn't want to do quite yet because they are a little bit more expensive, and really fell in love, however, with the Nubuck Terre leather. And after this one over here with the gold embossing, and I'll show you the photos with the gold embossing of the dragon. So this is what it looked like to start with. So it was, dragon, moon, stars. When I got it, it started to fade, as you can see there. And then it started to fade even more. And since it's faded even more to this. And again, that's not anybody's fault. It's just, I don't think that she knew how the foiling was going to act on the embossing. So I do appreciate her trying to correct the situation and offering me, coupon code to order another custom. But at this time, I just don't really need to order another one because I have this one. I was really bummed because I loved the thought of a dragon. So instead of a embossing, I got this little dragon charm to go on the outside of my VDS. So I'm going to go ahead, and I haven't looked at this yet. I'll go ahead and go to the overhead and show you guys this and actually get my book set up into the new VDS TN Nomad cover. All right, everybody, here we are with my Vanderspec. And just for reference, so you can see a little bit better, this is my current custom from Naya Paperie, and you can just see how much the embossing has faded. And again, it's a lovely cover. It just did not meet my expectations. Let's go ahead and focus on this VDS here. So this is a VDS custom Nomad. There's the complete Nomad and then the special Nomad, which the special Nomad has some extra pockets and stuff in it. I got the complete Nomad in the standard size. And the exterior is in a Touch Me Noir, so black on the outside. And the interior is the Nubuck Terre, which is a lovely like taupe Nubuck leather, which is going to have a similar texture to the Nubuck Acume, which is so gorgeous. And then I did get the elastic closure, because what I did learn from this particular book is I don't love the chunky snap. I love the look of a chunky snap, but I don't love the function of a chunky snap because it gets in the way. But I wanted something to protect my pens and pen loops. So I asked Petra if we could design something like this, and I got contrast stitching. So on the outside, it's the Nubuck Terre stitching, and on the inside, on the Nubuck Terre, it's the black stitching. So this is the Noir, and this just feels so smooth and supple already. And I love this closure. It just has this added protection on the pen loops. And I love that they looped it double here, because that way it won't slide around. It'll stay secure here on the front, which I really love. And so I did add that customization. And then I did add the double pen loops, which are elasticated. So VDS pen loops are elasticated, which I just know is my preference. So I just need to be aware of that. And this is why I wanted this here, because then when I shut my planner, I can just lay it out and the little closure won't get in the way. And this is just absolutely gorgeous. So this is actually exactly what I was imagining it would be. So this has the secretarial flap here, a pocket here, and some Nomad pockets here. I didn't change the size of this at all. This is the size that it normally comes. So let's go ahead and set this up actually with my current books. So I also did get this beautiful moon charm from Planning with Kay, because I just thought, yes, this is going to be exactly what I imagined it to be. Oh, isn't that gorgeous? This is just gorgeous. This Nubuck Terre is just everything that I dreamed it would be and more. My little star clip from Vixie's Plans, just for some cutesy things. I have just in here a couple of cards that honestly I should just stick in there. My little Hobonichi stencil. And let's take out my notebook. And I also have this insert cover from Lauren Phelps Designs that I got, so I can fit a third booklet in here. So you slip this under the string and then you can slip a third booklet into this. And I've got my sticker insert as well. Now I'm going to be using, going into the new year, a couple of dated inserts from Sterling Ink, which I'll show you guys when I get those. And I'm also going to be using a cut down Stalogy A5 as my quarterly planning notebook, because the 400-page notebook is just too big. I'm a month and a half into this, and the 520-page notebooks are also too big from Sterling Ink, and the 272-page notebooks from Sterling Ink and the freely noted that are half this size are too small to keep an entire quarter in. But I did learn that a full year Stalogy is only 2 millimeters wider than the Sterling Ink 272 notebooks, and so that's what I'm going to use. So let me start with putting my sticker book here in the back, and I'll just over the middle. Don't really want to put my sticker book in between these two, because this is in a clear cover from Planning with Kay, just to protect it, because the actual cover of this is a craft paper cover. And then I have these two booklets, which this is a just blank Sterling Ink insert that I use for my networking meetings. And this is also a blank insert that is going to be overflow for right now, because I am going to be running out of pages soon in the back of my notebook. So I will take this and just slide it in like so. Yay. And then we're going to take this, and I need to go to page 134. I hand numbered these pages. This is the middle of this book technically. And take this, and now this is going to be a tight squeeze in this book, which I kind of knew just because this is such a chunky monkey right there. But oh no, I think it's going to be too tight of a squeeze for the time being. But actually no, that's okay. I'm okay with that. It actually fits. And you can see that this closes all the way around, which is very, very cool. Okay, so there might be a better way for me to organize this so that it fits a little bit better. And I wonder if I need to put this more towards the front and put this almost slid into the back here. And see how that goes. So that it lays more like that. Okay, I think that's a better option for at least the time being. I didn't want it to be quite so big. That's why I'm gonna be downsizing to a different sized book in the new year. And then for these pen loops, I can fit a mild liner. There we go. The pen loops are always a little bit more snug right out of the gate. I'm looking for my, here it is, metal pen body. Perfect. This is my Uni 1 pen. And then here we have both my pens, and we have this elastic protector, and there is my inserts. Now, remember, keep in mind, I won't have this big of a book in here forever. It's going to be a very short-lived that it's this chunky. And it doesn't normally, I don't normally walk around with it closed. So it'll be kind of just like carried around more or less like this for the time being. And let's see. So like when I pull this around here, whee, right? And I want my little charm to live on the front there. That's what it looks like. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. That's actually really cute. I've got my little dragon now, which is just perfect. Here, I've got my, opening this up, make that flat, my sticker book, my other random inserts, my actual notebook in the back, so it just slides in versus being on a string. My 2 pen loops so I can carry my pen plus my mild liner. Now, the other thing that I usually carry in here is this little booklet, but that will just slide in there. But this is the VDS. I could have had this widened a little bit, but I'm not gonna have that many inserts in here really long term, if that makes sense. So like I'll have my book plus maybe another 2 or 3 inserts, but my book is gonna be slimmer after January starts. And so it won't be as obtrusive as what this currently is. And I also know that this will mold around everything as time goes on. And this just is so pretty. Like, look how pretty this is. And look how pretty with the contrast stitching in the black. This is absolutely everything I was gonna I hoped it was gonna be. That is my VDS cover with the Touch Me Noir and on the inside with my little magnet and my little dragon charm. Whee! We're just going to close that shut, and rather than the clasp, it has this beautiful leather elastic protector to just protect those pen loops and the edges of my notebook. And I will no longer have a clasp getting in the way because this will be able to lay flat behind the book when it's open. So yeah, that is my cover that I'm going to use for this foreseeable future. And I'm really happy that I decided to go with this. This was my first choice. And had I just maybe stuck with this as like my first instinct to go with this as my option, I should have just done that to start with, rather than go in a direction that leaves me with a cover that I'm not super happy with and that I won't use again. So with that being said, if you guys have any questions on this and how I customized it, let me know down in the comments below. But yeah, I'm super excited for this and can't wait to show it off on the gram. Thanks you guys so much for being here, and I'll catch you on the next one.